Slope. Knowledge is power. The Focus Academic Standard is 8F4. Construct a function to model a linear relationship between two quantities. Determine the rate of change and initial value of the function from a description of a relationship or from two x,y values, including reading these from a table or from a graph. Interpret the rate of change and initial value of a linear function in terms of the situation it models and in terms of its graph or a table of values. Complex? Well, this means that we must be able to find the rate of change, which is slope, from a graph, a table, from 2 points, and from a function. Ask yourself, what is slope? Slope is the rate of change between any 2 points on a line. It is a measure of the steepness of a line. To find the slope of a line, find the ratio of the change in y, which is the vertical change, to the change in x, which is our horizontal change. Change in y over change in x. We can find slope from a graph. When finding a slope from a graph, we can count on the change in y and set it as a fraction over the change in x. Here's what I mean. We're going to count from this point to this point, which is where we will need to turn, and this calculates the change in y. When we count that, there's 4 steps. Then, to find the change in x, we go from that point to this point. When we count those steps, there are 6. So then, slope is the change in y, which is 4, over the change in x, which is 6. 4, 6. We can also find the slope from a table. When finding the slope from a table, we first find the change in y, what happens from one y value to the other. Then we find the change in x, what happens from one x value to the other. Let's take a look. Well, slope again is the change in y. Let's figure out the change in y. So from here to here, what happened? Oh, plus 4. From here to here, also plus 4. And then plus 4. So the change in y is 4. Then we need to have that over the change in x. Let's figure out the change in x. From here to here, yep, we added 6. From this point to the next value, yep, plus 6. And plus 6 as well. So that means that the change in x is 6. So our slope is 4 over 6. Now we can also find the slope from a linear function. And we're going to have a linear function in the form of y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope. Now again, y is our output equals mx. M is the slope, which is describing the slope of the line. X is our input, and then plus b, where b is our y-intercept. Now we have y equals 4, 6x plus 1. Then the slope is the change in y over the change in x. Well, that would be 4 over 6. We're looking at this number right here that's in front of x. That's our slope. Now we can also find slope from 2 points. Now when we find slope from 2 points, we find the difference from the x values, which is going to give us the change of x, and the difference from the y value, which give us the change in y. Here's what I mean. So if you're given 2 points, x1 and y1, that's the first point, and x2 and y2, the second point. Then to write the slope, do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus y1. Sorry, x1. Now let's say that we have the following points, 12, 8 and 6, 4. Now our first point is 12, 8, and our second point is 6, 4. Well, then the slope change in y is 8 minus 4. I am taking my y values and subtracting them. Now that's going to be over my change in x. Now I subtract 12 minus 6. So then my slope is 4 over 6. questions. Write down any questions you have in the note sheet under the clarification question section. I will address any questions in class. If you got to this point of the video, please write down your favorite color on the bottom of the sheet. Don't forget to fill in all your notes. You will be able to complete the worksheet and homework sheet during class tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See you in class.